Hi everyone, thanks for coming. My name is Jude. I've been a mountain biker for 4 years of my life now, nearing 5. I'm a coach and I've done a lot of races in my time. So we're going to get you started on some basics and the essentials you're going to need to know when starting mountain biking. If you want to get into the sport and start learning, this is most of what you're going to need to know. You're going to need to go into some more depth probably, but it's just the bare minimum, what you're going to need to know. Starting off, you're going to need a bike. So we're going to get you started on the 2 different types of bikes you're mainly going to see. The first one is going to be a hardtail bike. So a hardtail mountain bike, most of the time is going to have suspension in the front. That's what you're going to want to look for. It's pretty standard on mainly every mountain bike you're going to be looking at. And then back here is where you're going to be looking for hardtail. It's going to have a lack of suspension in this area. When compared to full suspension mountain bikes, you're going to have that rear shock right there. Budget is the main difference between these 2 bikes. If you're on a lower budget, you're going to need to shift around your spending depending on which bike you want. Hardtails are going to be your cheaper option. This is going to be better for beginners for sure. It can range anywhere from $500 depending on where you get it up to the price just keeps going. You could get as expensive of a bike as you want. But this is definitely going to be more budget friendly. Full suspension is what you're going to be looking at. It's going to be more in the 2,000 and up range. Depending on where you get it, what company. If you want it to last longer, that is most likely the price range you're going to want to be buying in. If you're doing downhill biking, stuff like that, you're going to want full suspension. If you're sticking more to like maybe roads, flat dirt paved roads, cross-country mountain biking, you're going to want to be looking at a hardtail. Up next, we got the rest of the gear you're going to need. Number 1, a helmet, very important, keeps you safe out on the trail. When you get in an accident, that might be the thing that saves your life. So, water is very important. You always want to be staying hydrated. It can get dry out there, especially when riding here in San Diego. Those trails are dusty, there's a lot of dust kicking up, so staying hydrated is very important. Glasses, similar to the dust kicking up, it's going to be a lot of stuff going in your face, kind of. The glasses are going to keep that out of your eyes, keep them safe. You can get sunglasses or clear lenses. The difference between those is that if you're riding at night and you don't need sunglasses, the clear lenses will still keep everything out of your eyes. And then lastly, we have gloves. These are going to keep any debris. You're going to be whacking bushes and stuff depending on the tightness of the trail. So that's going to prevent, you from getting scratches and stuff. When you fall, not going to get as bad rashes on your hands. Up next, we've got positioning. So the ready position, this is what you're going to want to know when starting mountain biking. The most important part about this is always to keep those fingers on the brakes. If anything is to ever happen, someone maybe comes around a corner, you don't see them, always keep those fingers on the brakes, be ready to press them. And then next we're going to have a little bit about the body positioning. You're always going to want to be directly over those pedals. So you're going to have your front tire and your back tire. You're going to want your body positioned, most of the weight, over those pedals to keep a steady and controlled feel to the bike. Up next, we got the pedals. With the pedals, you're going to want them positioned flat with one in front of the other like this, not like this. This gives you most power and control over the bike, especially when going downhill. And then lastly, a little bit more about the body positioning. We got the weight. So when going downhill, you're going to want to be keeping that weight back. When going uphill, you're going to want it forward so you can dig through. Okay, then last but not least, this is very important, we got trail etiquette. So for trail etiquette, you're going to want to give the right of way to downhill riders when riding uphill. You're going to want to give the right of way to uphill riders when going downhill, because they're going to be trying a lot harder. If they have to stop, it's going to be hard for them to get back on their bike. If you ever encounter horses, which here in Escondido you actually will encounter out on the trails, you're just going to want to get off, let them pass, because horses can get scared of your bikes. They're not necessarily too familiar with them, so you're definitely just going to want to get off, wait for them to pass, make sure you just get small, And then hikers, always give them the right of way. And make sure to always be calling your sides. I'm on your left, I'm on your right. Very important. So yeah, that's it. Those are my 3 points, basics of mountain biking. And thank you all.